The Denver Nuggets just made one of the most shocking moves in recent NBA history, firing head coach Mike Malone and their GM just 1 week before the playoffs. After a on and off season, the front office is cleaning house, and it's up to me to bring this team back to the top. We're rebuilding around 3-time MVP Nikola Jokic, and the goal will be to win Jokic another championship. Let's get right to this video. The Denver Nuggets are currently the number 5 seed with 48 wins and 32 losses, and the next 2 games of the season, the last 2 games of the season, are the most important games for the Nuggets. That's because if they go on to lose the next 2 games and the Warriors and Timberwolves win their next 2 games, that's going to make the Denver Nuggets a 7 seed, making them a play-in team. Also, please make sure to drop a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new for more 2K rebuilds. That supports out my channel a ton. Now for the last 2 games of this season, this is what our rotation will be looking like. In our starting lineup, we have Jamal Murray, Christian Brown, Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, and Nikola Jokic. And then off the bench, we have Russell Westbrook, Peyton Watson, Julian Strawther, and DeAndre Jordan. We're going to be running a 9-man rotation. Let's see if we can win the next 2 games. Again, we have to win these next 2 games, so let's see how these games go. Adjust player minutes, that's already fixed. The first game against the Memphis Grizzlies, we do end up winning. Jokic drops a 43-point triple-double, Jamal Murray drops 32, and Russell Westbrook off the bench drops 23 points, 6 rebounds, and 9 assists. Now we also gotta win the last game against the Houston Rockets, which should probably be a little more difficult, and we do end up losing. But Shai Gilgeous-Alexander wins MVP over Nikola Jokic, Stephon Castle Rookie of the Year, Naz Reid 6th player, defensive player goes to Dyson Daniels, Christian Brown wins Most Improved, let's go, averaging 15 points per night. Jokic wins Clutch Player of the Year, Mark wins Coach, and they also get Executive. Nikola Jokic makes it on All-NBA First Team, and we also get Nikola Jokic on All Defensive First Team somehow. Let's go. That's going to be it for awards. And did we make the playoffs? Yes, we did. So we ended the season as the number 6 seed, and we're going to be taking on the LA Lakers for round number 1. Before we start simulating the playoffs, here are the regular season player stats. Nikola Jokic led the way with 30 points per game, 13 rebounds, and 10 assists. So he was averaging a 30-point triple-double. We had Jamal Murray averaging 22 points per game. I'm pretty sure that's a career high in points per game, and it is. To start off this season, Jamal Murray was struggling, but he ended up picking it back up and playing amazing later on in the season. 18 a night from Michael Porter Jr., 15 from Christian Brown, Aaron Gordon with 14, and 13 from Russell Westbrook. Christian Brown is also another player that I'm really bullish on, and he's probably going to remain on our team for the rest of this video. But let's see if we can defeat the LA Lakers, who now of course have Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, and LeBron James. Let's see what happens here. Game number 1, we do end up falling short. LeBron James beats us there. Jokic struggled offensively, but he still had a 16-point triple-double. Game number 2 is also a loss for us. Murray had 36, Jokic had 25, but we still fell short. What I'm going to do is higher Nikola Jokic's shot tendency. Before it was a 90, let's turn that up to a 95 and see if that helps. We do win game 3. Let's go. Christian Brown drops 34 points. He's been playing amazing so far. Jamal Murray with 26. Gordon has been playing amazing as well, but our star player Nikola Jokic is kind of struggling. He's only averaging 19.5 points per game. We need him averaging around 30 points if we want to be winning. In game 4, we win to tie up the series. Let's go. Jamal Murray drops 34, Jokic with that 26-point triple-double. Game 5, we also win, and we do not beat them in 6, so it's going to a game 7. Let's see what happens here in game 7. Hopefully we have home court advantage, and we don't. The Lakers have home court advantage, and they're destroying us, and we're being eliminated in the first round to Luka Doncic, LeBron James, and the Lakers. Nikola Jokic did play good. I mean, he averaged a 26-point triple-double, but we still lost. Let's see who goes on to win the championship. It's the New York Knicks versus the Mavericks, and the New York Knicks go on to win with Karl Anthony Towns winning Finals MVP. LeBron James is trying to retire. We're going to overturn his retirement for this offseason, and the same for Chris Paul, because I'm pretty sure they're still going to be playing a few more seasons to go. Staff retirements, we don't need to do anything there. Hall of Fame, jersey retirements, Kyle Lowry gets his jersey retired from the Toronto Raptors. Let's go ahead and decline all of these things here. And this offseason, we're definitely going to have to make some changes. I already have a big change in mind, and that's going to be to upgrade our starting small forward position. As you guys can see right here, the Denver Nuggets are the third best offensive team, but when it comes to defense, we're one of the worst defensive teams in the entire NBA. We're allowing 117 points per game. So we definitely need to upgrade our defense. I'm going to see what type of defensive players we can get on our team to pair up with Nikola Jokic. I said we're going to be getting ourselves some good defenders on our team, and this here with the Orlando Magic is a perfect trade for our team. We're going to be sending the Orlando Magic Michael Porter Jr., Zeke Naji, and Jalen Pickett for Jalen Suggs and Jonathan Isaac. Both players are elite defenders and they'll fit our team perfectly. I know you guys are probably wondering why I got ourselves Jalen Suggs. He's a point guard, but I'll show you guys why we went and got Jalen Suggs. We're going to move his position from point guard to shooting guard. He goes up to an 85 overall. Then we're going to move Christian Braun from shooting guard to small forward, where he goes up to an 84 overall. And now we have Jamal Murray at the point guard position, Jalen Suggs at the shooting guard position, and Christian Braun at the small forward position. And Jalen Suggs, in my opinion, is more of a shooting guard than he is a point guard anyways, so this fits our team and his playstyle perfectly. But now it's time to get ourselves a new head coach. The head coach we just had was on a 1-year contract, which has now expired. And there's a few free agent head coaches at the moment, not many. I'm pretty sure next offseason there's going to be a lot more head coaches that we can sign. But there are some decent head coaches here, one of them being Ernest Wesley and the other Frankie Washington Jr. We're going to offer both of these coaches a contract and see which one accepts. We do end up signing Frankie Washington Jr. as our brand new head coach. He's a really good offensive coach and a pretty good defensive coach. We don't have any draft picks for the 2025 NBA draft, so let's simulate the team player options. And of course, we're going to be picking up the team option on Christian Braun. Russell Westbrook declines his player option, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be asking for a lot of money this offseason, which we're definitely not giving him. Peyton Watson, we're going to pick up the team option on him, same as Julian Strawther. And Dario Saric accepts his player option. We really don't need him on our team, so that didn't matter whether he accepted or not. And let's go to team bird rights, and we do have bird rights on Russell Westbrook, and bro wants $30 million. We're definitely not giving him $30 million. The most I would give Russell Westbrook is $10 million a year. I changed my mind and gave Russell Westbrook a 2-year contract worth $43 million, but we're not going to be keeping him on our team. The only reason I re-signed him is so we could trade him this offseason and get ourselves a decent player that could help us win now. I also gave Alex Caruso a 2-year contract worth $9.5 million. I'm not sure if we'll have the money to sign both of these players, but I really hope we can get ourselves Alex Caruso. And we do have the money to get Alex Caruso, which is amazing. There's some pretty insane trade offers for Russell Westbrook, but the one I like most is this one here with the OKC Thunder, where we get ourselves Luke Dort and Nikola Jokic for Russell Westbrook and Alex Caruso. Luke Dort could be our 6th man. We can move his position to small forward where his overall should go up. And Nikola Jokic could be our future backup point guard going forward. So let's go ahead and pull off this trade. And Jokic should also be progressing a ton this offseason. I'm pretty sure he ends up progressing to like an 84 overall throughout the next few seasons, which I'm really happy about. And Peyton Watson wants a boatload of money. He wants $20 million a year for averaging 8 points per game. The only reason I'm going to be giving him a 1-year extension is so we can trade him next offseason. He's averaging 8 points per game. We're definitely not going to be paying him big money like $20 million, but I will give him 16.5 just so we could flip him the next offseason. Julian Strawther also wants an extension. He wants around $13 million. We should be able to lower that down to $12 million. And Julian Strawther does end up progressing to, I believe, an 82 overall. So we are going to go ahead and re-sign Julian Strawther on a 3-year contract, which he accepts. Alrighty, we're here at the start of this season with our brand new rotation. Our starting lineup is going to include Jamal Murray, Jalen Suggs at the shooting guard position, Christian Braun at the small forward position, Aaron Gordon, Nikola Jokic, and then off the bench we're going to have Luke Dort, Nikola Jokic, Peyton Watson, and Deron Holmes II. So Nikola Jokic has jumped up a ton in overall, and so has Deron Holmes II, so I decided to put them in our rotation and see what they can do. But of course, if they don't play good, we do have other players we can substitute them out for. That's why we signed ourselves Jonathan Isaac and Patrick Beverley. We also are going to be giving 10 minutes a night to Steven Adams. But let's see how this first week goes against the Suns and the Trailblazers. We do end up beating the Phoenix Suns in game number 1, where Nikola Jokic drops a triple-double. In the second game, we did end up losing. Jokic kind of struggled. Well, not really. He had an 18-point triple-double. But now I'm going to be simulating until the end of this season, and of course, if there's trades to be made, I'll be stopping at the trade deadline to show you guys. We're able to give Luke Dort a contract extension, and he only wants around $13 million. For a Luke Dort type of player, that's a really good contract, so we're going to go ahead and give him exactly that, and he happily accepts. I'm stopped here at the trade deadline, and we're going to be trading away Peyton Watson to the Utah Jazz for Taylor Hendricks. Hendricks ends up becoming a really good player in 2K simulation, and he could be our future backup power forward / small forward. We'll probably be moving his position to the small forward position, where his overall should go up. We're going to be sending the Jazz Peyton Watson, Hunter Tyson for Taylor Hendricks, and Elijah Harkless. And after we move Taylor Hendricks' position to small forward, he goes up to a 80 overall. Let's go. So that means we just got ourselves another 80 overall player that's going to be coming off of our bench. At the end of this season, Nikola Jokic goes on to win his 4th MVP, averaging 26.5 points per game, almost 15 rebounds and 10 assists, as well as 2 steals and 1 block, shooting 50, 40, 77. Dylan Harper wins Rookie of the Year with the Pelicans. Dante DiVincenzo, 6th player. Wemby, Defensive Player. Hami Hawkes, Most Improved. Shea wins Clutch Player. Greg Popovich, Coach. And they also win Executive of the Year. And of course, we get the MVP on All NBA First Team. And I believe that's going to be it for All NBA selections. Let's see if we have anyone here. We do get Nikola Jokic once again on an All Defensive Team, which is kind of surprising, but it's been happening these past 2 seasons. We also get ourselves Nikola Jokic on All Rookie First Team. Even though he's not a rookie, it was his first season, he got some playing time. And this time around, we were the number 2 seed with 62 wins and only 20 losses. So the San Antonio Spurs won 2 more games than us, and we had ourselves an amazing season. And that means the San Antonio Spurs are most definitely going to be a scary team. Let me show you guys the regular player stats. So Nikola Jokic basically averaged a 27-point triple-double, 19 a night from Murray, 15 from Christian Braun, 15 from Gordon, 12 from Jalen Suggs, 12 from Luke Dort, and then the rest of the guys. Nikola Jokic was a really good backup point guard for us. He was only playing 16 minutes per night, but he still averaged 8 points and 4 assists per game, which is pretty awesome in the limited minutes he did play. And now we're going to be taking on the New Orleans Pelicans here in round number 1, who have DeJounte Murray, Dylan Harper, Herb Jones, Zion, and Carlo. Player minutes have been fixed. Let's see if we defeat the New Orleans Pelicans. Game number 1, we do end up winning. Jokic dropped 65 points, 21 rebounds, and 9 assists. That's insane. He had 21 rebounds and 65 points. I'm pretty sure that should be a record. I'm not sure which record he broke, but I know for a fact he broke 1 or 2 records. That was an insane game from the Joker. Game number 2, we do end up falling short. Zion defeats us there. Game 3, we win. Game 4, we also win, and we do not gentleman sweep them, but we do beat them in game 6, advancing to the second round. Let's check out how our team did there in round 1. Jokic was basically averaging a 30-point triple-double. Murray was averaging 25, 22 points from Gordon. Let's go. Suggs with 15, Brown with 15, 10 from Luke Dort. And now we're going to be facing up against the Dallas Mavericks, who have Kyrie Irving, Malik Monk, Najee Marshall, AD, and Derek Lively II. Their bench is exactly the same as in real life. Game number 1, we do end up winning. Jokic drops a 34-point triple-double. Game 2, we lose. We do win game 3. We win game 4. And we gentlemen sweep the Dallas Mavericks to make it to the conference finals. And this time around, Jokic again was averaging a 29-point triple-double, 22 from Murray, and then the rest of the team. And now we're going to be going up against the number 1 seed. They won 2 more games than us, so clearly this team is really good because we had ourselves an insane record this season, but they had a record better than ours. They have themselves De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, Devin Vassell, Jeremy Sohan, and Victor Wembanyama. Their bench is looking pretty good as well. They have some pretty good depth over there. Let's see what happens in game number 1. We do end up falling short. Wemby destroys us here, putting up 34 on our heads. Game number 2, we do end up winning. Let's go. Jokic drops 36-point triple-double, 20 from Brown. Game number 3, we do fall short. And this is where I'm going to be coming up with a defensive coach game plan. I don't want to risk losing any more games. So let's see what we could do defensively to slow down the San Antonio Spurs. I came up with a really good defensive coach game plan. Let's see how things go here. In game number 4, we do end up losing, and now we're down 3-1. I did hire Jamal Murray's shot tendency, and the same with Christian Brown because they've been playing absolutely amazing. Let's try hiring it even more. Because right now, Jokic is the only one with a 99 shot tendency. Let's hire Jamal Murray's to 95. We all know how Jamal Murray plays in the playoffs. He plays amazing. So hopefully he can show up here in the conference finals. And the same for Christian Brown. Let's see if we can tie up the series and hopefully push this to a game 7. We do have the... Never mind, we don't have the lead and we are eliminated in the conference finals. Oh god. Jokic dropped a 26-point triple-double. Brown had 24, Gordon 22, Murray was 17. But we still fell short to Wemby and the Spurs. That sucks, but it is what it is. In the NBA Finals, Spurs versus Celtics, and the Spurs go on to win, with Wemby winning his Finals MVP and first NBA championship. We do have ourselves a 29th overall pick in the 2026 draft. For staff signings, I do want to upgrade our head coach, and the reason for that is when this offseason we can get coaches like Joe Mazzulla, Jason Kidd, or Ty Lue. So let's go ahead and fire our current head coach. I'm pretty sure the coach we had was a computer generated coach. I don't think Frankie Washington Jr. is a real head coach. Let's go ahead and offer Joe Mazzulla a contract, Jason Kidd a contract, and Ty Lue a contract. And hopefully one of these head coaches accepts. And all 3 of them will be declining. Okay. Well, that went sideways. Let me see if there's any other head coaches we can get. Will Hardy is here. Let's see if there's any other good head coaches we can hopefully get. We went ahead and signed this guy as our head coach. All of the other head coaches were declining our offer, so we got Diego Cabello as our head coach. He's a really good defensive head coach, so hopefully he ends up helping our defense. For the NBA draft, again, we do have the 29th overall pick, so let's see who we're going to be selecting. The OKC Thunder have the 1st overall pick. Of course, this team is going to be way too overpowered, and of course they get themselves AJ Devonsta. Now this team's going to be even more unstoppable than they were. 76ers take Cam Boozer. That's a perfect pick for the 76ers. To pair up Cam Boozer with Maxey and the rest of the players on their team, that's amazing. Caleb Wilson goes pick number 3. Now let's sim to user pick and see who we're going to be selecting so we can get this guy here who's the highest overall. I don't know how to pronounce that name, but let's see who we're going to be selecting. With the 29th overall pick, we're going to be selecting Malachi Morano, who has an all-NBA ceiling, Yao Ming. So let's go ahead and pick him up. He could possibly be our backup center going forward, as long as he's a good backup center. Let's see what his overall is. Right now he's a 71 overall, but we should be able to progress him in the next few seasons. Nikola Jokic, we are going to be picking up the team option on him, and the same as Jaron Holmes. Both of those players should be progressing this offseason, which is going to be amazing. And the big player we need to bring back in free agency is going to be Christian Braun. He's a free agent this offseason, and we do have bird rights on him. He wants around $30 million, and of course, we're going to be paying him. I was able to lower it down to $20 million, so we're going to get Christian Braun on a 4-year deal worth around $80 million a year, which is going to be absolutely a steal. So we get Christian Braun for 4 years, $89 million. This offseason, we're going to be prioritizing making our defense better. We already got ourselves a really good defensive head coach, and now I'm going to try trading away Jamal Murray for Jalen Williams. If we get ourselves Jalen Williams, he's a small forward, we can move Jalen Suggs' position back to point guard and Christian Braun to shooting guard. And Jalen Williams would be our starting small forward, and we also get ourselves Isaiah Hartenstein, who would be that perfect backup center behind Nikola Jokic to play in the non-Jokic minutes. So let's see what the OKC Thunder say to this trade. We are trying to give up a lot of depth here. We're going to be trying to send them Jamal Murray, Julian Strawther, Jaron Holmes II, Malachi Morano, Steven Adams, and Kenrich Williams, and they decline. But I am still going to go around talking to some other teams and acquiring ourselves a new small forward. This year is another trade that I would love to happen for our team. Getting ourselves Jaylen Brown would be absolutely amazing. He's a good defender, really good offensive player. Let's see what the Boston Celtics say for this trade. We're going to be giving them the same trade package we tried for Jalen Williams, and they decline as well. I really want to bring a star small forward on our team, so what I'm planning on doing is trading away players like Kenrich Williams, Steven Adams, Jaron Holmes II for first round picks, and then going back and talking to these same teams. We're going to be trading away Steven Adams to the Memphis Grizzlies for their 2028 unprotected first round pick that has 2-star trade value. As I said, we're going to stack up on some first round picks so we could use those picks to go get ourselves a star player. Let's see what the Boston Celtics say now that we're including 2 valuable first round picks. We're going to try sending them Jamal Murray, Jaron Holmes II, Kenrich Williams, Malachi Morano, and 2 valuable first round picks for Jaylen Brown, and they still decline, which is kind of surprising. Now I'm going to go talk to the OKC Thunder and see what they say for Jalen Williams. After trying negotiations with the OKC Thunder and Boston Celtics for their star players, none of them were accepting, so I decided to throw Jamal Murray and the 2 valuable first round picks in Trade Finder, and the Orlando Magic are open to sending us their star player Franz Wagner and Wendell Carter Jr. for Jamal Murray, 2 first round picks and a second rounder. And of course, we're going to go ahead and pull off this trade. And now we just got Franz Wagner, a 90 overall player, paired up with Jokic. I also want to try upgrading our power forward position if that's possible, so we're going to try acquiring ourselves Scottie Barnes from the Toronto Raptors for Aaron Gordon and 2 first round picks. And the Toronto Raptors do decline, but let's see if we can include any more first rounders, and we cannot. But what if we include Wendell Carter Jr.? And that gets the trade done. Just like that, we got ourselves Scottie Barnes as our power forward. Before we start the season, we're going to be giving Nikola Jokic a 3-year contract extension where he gets $48 million a year, and he accepts. Here we are at the start of this season with our upgraded roster. Our starting lineup is going to be Jalen Suggs, Christian Braun, Franz Wagner, Scottie Barnes, and Nikola Jokic. Then off the bench we have Luke Dort, Taylor Hendricks, Nikola Jokic, and Jaron Holmes II. Jaron Holmes progressed a ton this offseason. I was not expecting him to go up as much as he did in overall, but he did, and now he's going to continue being our backup center behind Nikola Jokic. Let's simulate the first week and see how things go. Game 1 is a win, and so is Game 2. Game number 1, Jalen Suggs dropped 27. Franz Wagner in his Denver Nuggets debut drops 20 points. Jokic with that 20-point triple-double. And in game 2, Nikola Jokic dropped 29 points and 20 rebounds. Franz Wagner with 19. Scottie Barnes 11 and 11. How did Scottie Barnes do in game 1? He had 18 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists, as well as 1 steal and 2 blocks. And this year, our defense is definitely going to be a lot better. We got ourselves players like Scottie Barnes. We have Luke Dort coming off the bench, Taylor Hendricks, Topic, and Deron Holmes, all players who are good defenders. And of course, don't forget about Jalen Suggs, Christian Braun, and Franz Wagner. We just have a way better defensive team than we did last season. We also got ourselves a really good defensive head coach in Diego. Now I'm going to be simulating until the end of this season, but of course, if there's any trades to be made, I'll stop at the trade deadline to show you guys. We're stopped here at the trade deadline, and there's one trade we will be making, and that's to upgrade our backup small forward position. Taylor Hendricks has not been playing as good as I would like for him to play. He's struggling from the 3-point line, the same as the last season, and from the field goal percentage. We're going to be trying to acquire ourselves Jarris Walker, who's an amazing 3-point shooter, amazing offensive player in general, and he's a really good defender. We can get him and move his position to small forward, so let's see what the Indiana Pacers say. They give us a counter offer. They want a first-round pick and a second-round pick for Milan. Let's go ahead and pull off this trade and get ourselves Jarris Walker. We go on to win Nikola Jokic his 5th MVP, averaging 26 points per game, 13 rebounds, 9 assists, 1.5 steal, and 1 block on amazing efficiency. Cam Boozer wins Rookie of the Year with the 76ers. Kuminga wins 6th Player of the Year with the LA Clippers. Wemby, another defensive player. Dylan Harper, Most Improved. Cam Thomas, Clutch Player. Coach of the Year goes to our head coach, Diego. Let's go. And we also win Executive of the Year. And of course, the MVP once again is on All-NBA First Team. And let's see if we get Franz Wagner. It doesn't look like we get Franz Wagner on All-NBA Team, even though he had an amazing season. We don't get anyone on All-Defensive Team either, which is totally alright. This time around, we were the number 1 seed with 65 wins and only 17 losses. Here are the player stats for the regular season. So we had Nikola Jokic averaging a 26-point triple-double. The first time in this rebuild, we had Nikola Jokic's teammate averaging 20 points per game or above. And that was Franz Wagner. So Franz Wagner has been the perfect number 2 option beside Nikola Jokic, and hopefully he can remain the number 2 option beside Jokic. Scottie Barnes was absolutely amazing as well, averaging 17.5 a night, 14 from Jalen Suggs, 13 from Brown, 13 from Luke Dort, and 11 from Jarris Walker. And in round 1, we're going to be taking on the Phoenix Suns, who have Devin Booker, De'Aaron Fox, Corey Kispert, Koa Pete, and Mark Williams. So let's see what happens here. We should be able to defeat them. They were the play-in team. Game number 1, we do win. Jokic puts up a 34-point triple-double, 27 from Franz Wagner. Game number 2 is also a win for us. So is game 3. And we sweep the Phoenix Suns to advance to the second round. Let's check out the player stats here. So Jokic was averaging a 32-point triple-double, 25 points per game from Franz Wagner, and the rest of the guys were amazing as well. But now we're going to be taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves, who have Rob Dillingham and Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Colin Murray-Boyles, Rudy Gobert, and they also got themselves James Harden coming off of their bench as their 6th man. So let's see what happens here. Hopefully we can defeat this team. Game number 1, we do end up losing. Anthony Edwards drops 30 points on us. Game 2, we do win. Franz Wagner with 34, Jokic with a 29-point triple-double. Game 3 is also a win for us. Let's go. Hopefully we can win this, which we do, and now we're up 3-1, and we gentlemen sweep the Minnesota Timberwolves to advance to the conference finals. Let's see how our players did here. So our leading scorer in the second round was Franz Wagner, averaging 23 a night, followed by 22 from Jokic and 20 from Scottie Barnes. Now we're going to be taking on the Dallas Mavericks. Same team that they had last season: Kyrie Irving, Malik Monk, Najee Marshall, AD, and Lively. Their bench is basically the exact same as well. Let's see what happens here. Game number 1, we do end up winning. Jokic drops 42 points, 12 rebounds. Game number 2 is also a win for us, so is game 3. And we sweep the Dallas Mavericks. And over here, the Toronto Raptors are in the conference finals after trading away Scottie Barnes. And we're going to be going up against the Toronto Raptors. Jokic wins Western Conference Finals MVP. Why did Karl Anthony Towns win Eastern Conference Finals MVP even though they lost? But it is what it is. Let's check out the player stats here for the conference finals. So Jokic was averaging a 32-point triple-double, 24 a night from Franz Wagner, who's just been absolutely amazing for our team. He's shooting 50, 40, 90, which is amazing. 18 a night from Scottie Barnes, amazing third option. He did shoot the ball horribly in the conference finals, but that's all right. 14.5 from Suggs and the rest of the team. Now we're going to be taking on Scottie Barnes' former team, the Toronto Raptors. And the Toronto Raptors definitely have a lot of depth. It looks like they traded away Aaron Gordon. We sent Aaron Gordon for Scottie Barnes, but they no longer have him. But they do have Emmanuel Quickley, VJ Edgecombe, RJ Barrett, John Collins, Jakob Poeltl, and off the bench they have Brandon Ingram, Dalton Knecht, Grady, Rob Will, and AJ Lawson. So this team has a lot of depth, and they were the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. But let's see what happens here. Can Scottie Barnes get revenge against the Toronto Raptors, or will it be the other way around? Game number 1 we do win. Franz Wagner puts up 26 and 10. Jokic with a 26-point triple-double. Scottie Barnes with a 21-point double-double. Game number 2 is also a win for us. So is game 3, and we sweep the Toronto Raptors to win Nikola Jokic's second NBA championship. Jokic wins Finals MVP, averaging 28 points per game, 15 rebounds, 11 assists, 1.5 steal, and 1 block on amazing efficiency. He struggled from the three-point line, but that's all right. We are going to run it back one more season and see if we can go out there and win ourselves a back-to-back championship. But before I do that, let me show you guys the player stats. So we played a total of 17 games in the playoffs, and throughout all 17 games, Nikola Jokic led the way with a 28-point triple-double, followed by Franz Wagner's 24 points per game, 18.5 from Scottie, 16 Jalen Suggs, 13 Luke Dort, 12 Christian Braun, and 11 from Jarris Walker. Jarris Walker was a really good player for us off the bench. He was only playing 18 minutes a game, yet still averaging 11 points per game. The 4 games we played in the NBA Finals, Nikola Jokic was averaging 28 points, 15 rebounds, and 11 assists. Those are some insane numbers. Then we had Franz Wagner averaging 25, 5, and 6. 20 from Jalen Suggs, 17 from Scottie, 13 from Luke Dort, 11 from Jarris Walker, and 10 from Christian Braun. Team player options, we are going to be picking up the team option on Nikola Jokic, and the same for Darone Holmes second, and we're going to let Allen walk. Something I forgot to mention is Darone Holmes second was such a good backup center behind Nikola Jokic this previous season. Here are his stats. He was only playing around 14 minutes a night, but he was averaging 6 points per game, 4 rebounds, half an assist, half a steal, half a block, shooting 50, 40, 60. He was shooting 43% from the three-point line, and he was taking a lot of three-pointers. More than half of his shots were three-pointers. I'm not sure how he averaged such amazing shooting splits, but I was surprised when I looked at how good his shooting splits were. But let's go ahead and pick up the team option on both of them. No qualifying offers. Do we need to bring back anyone in free agency? And luckily we don't. So all of our team players are on long contracts, which is absolutely amazing, and we don't need to make any moves this off season. Kyle Filipowski's team let him go as a free agent, which means we can get him for fairly cheap. We can sign him for 1 year, $3 million contract, which hopefully he accepts. He's an 83 overall, but there are 4 teams offering him that same exact contract, and it looks like he may be joining the Brooklyn Nets. We can also give Goga a contract. Let's go ahead and offer him a contract. He's an 80 overall player. could possibly be our backup center, depending on how Jerome Holmes continues to play. But if Jerome Holmes continues playing how he played the previous season, of course he'll stay in that position. I was planning on running a 9-man rotation, but we're going to be running a 10-man rotation because of how deep our depth is. Let me show you guys our lineup. So in our starting lineup, we have Jalen Suggs, Christian Braun, Franz Wagner, Scottie Barnes, and Nikola Jokic. And off the bench, we're going to have Luke Dort, Jarris Walker, Nikola Jokic, Jerome Holmes II, and Goga. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but Goga. So we're going to be running a 10-man rotation. We have a lot of good players off our bench. All 10 of our players in the rotation are 80 overall or higher. So I decided we'll be running a 10-man rotation. Let's see how the first week goes, and we win game 1, we win game 2, and we win game 3. The first game was against the same team we faced up against in the NBA Finals, the Toronto Raptors. Jokic had a 37-point triple-double. And now I'll be simulating until the end of this season. If there's trades to be made, I'll stop at the trade deadline, but I don't think we're going to be making any moves this trade deadline. At the end of this season, we win Nikola Jokic his 6th MVP, averaging a 25-point, 11.5 rebound, 9 assists season on pretty good efficiency. He did struggle a little bit from the field compared to the last few seasons, but he was taking a lot more three-pointers, shooting 39% from the three-point line. And if Nikola Jokic goes on to win 6 MVPs, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a debate on whether he's the greatest player of all time or not, as long as he wins some more championships as well, obviously. Tyrone Stokes wins Rookie of the Year, AJ DeBonsa wins 6th Player, Victor Wembanyama Defensive Player, Cam Boozer Most Improved, Anthony Edwards Clutch Player, Diego, our head coach, wins Coach of the Year, and we also win Executive of the Year. We do get Nikola Jokic on All-NBA First Team, and let's see if we get any other players on All-NBA. Giannis has ended up with the Los Angeles Lakers, so LeBron James retired, and they ended up getting Giannis. I'm not sure if Luka is still over there, and he's not. Luka is now officially a Chicago Bull. Okay, well, let's see if we have anyone else here, and we do not. No Franz Wagner, which is totally fine. What about on All Defensive Team? And we keep getting Nikola Jokic on All Defensive Teams, which is pretty cool, but I don't really think he's actually going to be on an All Defensive Team in real life, but I'll take it. No one on All Rookie Team, and of course, this time around we were the number 1 seed with 63 wins and 19 losses. And in round number 1, we're going to be taking on the Golden State Warriors, and they still have themselves Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler. They got Gary Trent Jr., Bryson Tilley, Mark Williams, and their bench is looking pretty good. They're not a bad team whatsoever, but they were the number 10 seed, so hopefully we can go on to beat them. But let me show you guys the player stats before we start simulating here in the playoffs. So the leading scorer on our team was Nikola Jokic, averaging 25, 12, and 9. As well as 2 steals and 1 block, so he actually did play really good defense. He was getting 2 steals per game, which is pretty impressive. So that's probably why he was on all defensive second team. Franz Wagner was averaging 18 points per game, a little lower from the previous season, but that's because he wasn't playing as many minutes. As you guys can see, he was only playing around 29-30 minutes per game. 15 a night from Scottie Barnes, who was absolutely amazing for us defensively and offensively. 14 from Jalen Suggs, 14 from Luke Dort, 13 from Christian Braun, 9 from Jarris Walker, and the rest of this team. Every single player was absolutely amazing. But now let me fix up the player minutes and let's get right to the playoffs. I was looking at Luke Dort's stats, and this season he had a 41-point game in 26 minutes, making 11 three-pointers, which is absolutely insane, with 0 free throws attempted. He made 41 points, almost beat his career high. I'm not sure if the career high was set in this video or not, or if he actually got that in real life. But he did beat his career high in three-pointers made, and he's tied with Scoot Henderson for the most three-pointers made this season. Amazing season from Luke Dort. Bro's been absolutely amazing as our 6th man, shooting 43% from the three-point line, making 202 three-pointers. But now let me show you guys the player minutes. So our starting lineup is going to be getting quite a few minutes, but so is our bench unit. Jokic is getting the most amount of minutes with 37. And then this is what our bench unit will be looking like. We're only going to be running a 9-man rotation. Deron Holmes II is no longer in our rotation. I've taken him out in the regular season. He played around 64 games for us, but his efficiency was pretty bad, so I took him out of the rotation. Last season, he was absolutely amazing, shooting 50% from the field and 40% from the three-point line, but things took a turn downwards this season, so I took him out of our rotation. But now let's get to simulating against the Golden State Warriors. Game number 1, we do end up losing. Okay, Jokic struggled offensively while our whole team struggled offensively. Curry puts up 24 points on us. Game number 2 is a win for us. Let's go. Jokic drops a 38-point double-double. Scotty with a 27-point double-double. Game 3 is also a win for us. We do lose game 4, so the Warriors here are pushing us. Mark Williams drops 22 points on Jokic. And he's playing really good defense on Jokic, holding Jokic to 8 of 21 shooting. And maybe I lower Jokic's three-point shot tendency perhaps, but we'll keep it how it is for now. Scotty 26, Franz Wagner 25, Jokic with a 17-point triple-double. I'm not sure why he's not shooting good from the field. He is shooting the ball amazing from the three-point line, but from the field it's below 50%. And we all know Jokic is a player who shoots above 50%. But we do beat the Warriors in game number 6 and we advance to the second round. Let's check out the player stats here. So Jokic was averaging a 25-point triple-double, 22 from Franz Wagner, 18 from Scotty, 16 from Suggs, and 12 from Christian Brown. Luke Dort kind of struggled, but he's shooting amazing from the three-point line as well as amazing defense. Now we're taking on the Houston Rockets, who have Yegor Demon, Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, Amin Thompson, who's a 95 overall. I did not know that Amin Thompson ends up progressing this high. He's a 95 overall, that's insane. He's one of the highest overall players in the entire game. Alperen Şengün, who's also a 91 overall. They have 3 players 90 overall in their starting lineup. How many do we have? Whoa, our whole starting 5 almost. That's amazing. But they're a team with a lot of depth as well. Their bench is stacked. They have an 87 overall, Cam Whitmore coming off their bench, but hopefully we can defeat them. Game number 1 does go to us. Franz Wagner drops 37 points. Game 2 is also a win. Franz Wagner 36 points this time. Game 3 we win and we sweep the Houston Rockets. That was a lot easier than I thought it would be. Let's check out the player stats. So Franz Wagner led the way in that second round, averaging 33 points per game. Amazing run from Franz Wagner. Jokic was averaging a 24-point triple-double. Pretty bad efficiency, to be honest. Let's see how many three-pointers he's attempting. And he's attempting 7 three-pointers a game, which is a lot. I'm going to lower his three-point shot tendency and have him take more shots from the two-pointer. Jokic's three-point shot tendency was way too high. No wonder he was not playing good offensively. I mean, he was playing amazing, but he's just not shooting as good as he does in real life. But these numbers are still absolutely amazing, obviously. But now we're taking on the San Antonio Spurs, who have, oh my god, they got themselves 2 unicorns in their front court. 2 7-footers who space the floor. They got themselves Chet Holmgren and Wemby, who's now a 99 overall. How did they get themselves Chet? It looks like they signed him in free agency, which means the OKC Thunder let him walk for some reason. That's a glitch that happens in 2K simulation. The teams let their players walk instead of picking up the team option, which makes absolutely no sense. And now they have Nolan Traore, Stephon Castle's 93 overall, Devin Vassell, Chet Holmgren, who's a 95 overall, Wemby, who's a 99 overall. And their bench is obviously stacked as well with a bunch of young players. Let's see what happens here. Game number 1, we do end up winning, and Franz Wagner has been playing absolutely amazing these last few games. Jokic drops a 35-point triple-double on Wemby. Wemby had 25, Malachi Branham had 25. I didn't know that Malachi Branham progresses this much in 2K simulation. He's an 85 overall, shooting the ball amazing. Chet had 20. Game 2, we do end up losing. God damn it. Chet had 23, Wemby had 23. In game 3, we also lose. Oh god. Jokic had a 19-point triple-double, but Wemby is too much for us here. I am going to come up with a defensive coach game plan, change up some shot tendencies, and see if we can defeat this team. I came up with a really good defensive coach game plan. I also switched up our rotation a little bit. So the CPU wants us to start Luke Dort over Christian Brown, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing for defensive reasons. And Luke Dort isn't averaging around 15 points per game, so we do need a 6-man that could score around 10 to 15 points per game, and that's going to be Christian Brown. Luke Dort is more of a 3-and-D player, so we're going to add him to our starting lineup. Our starting lineup already has enough firepower, but our bench unit does not, so Christian Brown should even things out. Let's see if we can tie up the series here in game number 4, where we don't have home court advantage. The Spurs have home court advantage, and we start off the game strong, but they take the lead right from us, and they do end up defeating us, and now we're down 3-1. Jokic had 22, Franz Wagner had 22, but we still fell short. I switched up some of our players' shot tendencies, and let's see if that's going to help us at all here. Did hire a few players' shot tendencies who are playing really good, and I lowered a few players who are playing bad. We do have home court advantage for this game, and we do have the lead, but they take it right back. We do win, thankfully. I thought we were going to lose this game, but we won with Jokic putting up 42 points and 10 rebounds. Jalen Suggs had 24. Franz Wagner is struggling in the games we need him most. I believe he struggled last game as well, and he shot 7 of 20, so yes, he did struggle. 1 of 9 from the 3-point line. That is pretty bad. But hopefully we can tie up this series to push it to a game 7. Let's see what happens. So far the Spurs do have the lead, and we're down by 13. We're most definitely losing this game. Just like that, we're eliminated in the conference finals. Suggs played really good, so did Jokic obviously. Christian Brown was good. Franz Wagner 8 of 18, not the best from the field, but it is what it is. At least we won ourselves one championship. Wemby wins Western Conference Finals MVP, Cade Cunningham Eastern Conference Finals MVP, and Wemby goes on to win a championship. The Pistons blew a 3-0 lead. Wemby wins Finals MVP. I mean, our team played pretty good here in the playoffs. We did make it to the conference finals. We didn't win another championship, sadly, but at least we won a championship last season, getting Jokic his second NBA championship. We also won him 3 MVPs, which means now he has 6 total MVPs, which is absolutely insane. And that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to drop a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new for more 2K rebuilds. Also, comment down below what rebuild you guys want to see next. Until next time, it's your boy Dragon, and I'm out. Peace.